Hello, darlings, and welcome to Digimon Ghost Gaze. This is the podcast where sometimes we speak in complete sentences. I'm Emery, my pronouns are they, she, he, and there's nothing else I say at this point. I don't know why I said and.
You wanted to give us a nickname. Wanted to be like, AKA, my name is cute little guy that flies around and is round. No.
I like him.
Me too. My name's Morg. I go by they, he pronouns. I'm a fan of the little guy.
And I'm over here. My pronouns are she, they, he, and I've never been accused of speaking in full sentences, so.
Yeah, that's why I said we do it sometimes.
Yeah, but not me though. I'm different.
Full sentence.
So this, as alluded to, we meet a new little guy in this one.
We meet a fun guy.
I like this guy. He's Gammamon's new boyfriend. He does not recognize anyone's face. It's pretty good.
He is, yeah, I was like, damn, he's got, face blindness. That's so real.
That's so valid.
So valid.
Someone wears a different shirt, and I'm like, who the fuck are you?
True. So, but before we see that little guy, though, we see a somewhat more familiar guy. We see Domon, who is a palette swap of Taumon, one of Renamon's evolutions. So, Purple Fox guy is what we're looking at. And he's doing a Naruto LARP just in the middle of the street at night.
He is! No, I think when he runs, he also does the arm thing a little bit.
Okay. I didn't notice that, but I'll take your word for it.
It's not like his arms just sort of spread out, I think, if I remembered correctly. I will not be watching, but everyone take my word for it.
Sure.
So he's just doing the little hand signs, he runs into a guy on the street and he starts doing a jutsu. He focuses his chakra, he does the hand signs and does a little chant, and then the guy turns 2-dimensional.
My dude becomes Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Folds up. And then becomes a little red piece of paper. One of the little
a talisman.
A talisman. But
he just folds a man into a spell tag. What the fuck?
I love that he had to be folded up. They didn't just poof him into it. They're like, nope, you have to go through this whole process, and they keep using it.
He's aware.
It's very good.
Yeah, also he's just totally, conscious while this is happening, so he's just, screaming, what the fuck as he's being folded. So that's nice.
That's great.
Daumon? Is that what it is?
Daumon.
Domon. Because I was like, Daumon's too close to Taumon.
Yeah.
Domon, first summons those green guys, and I was like, why are these things here? And, I kind of get it later, but I'm still just he had no reason to summon them now, but he did. He wanted to show them off before turning them into a red piece of talisman.
Domon said, this is my character introduction, and I'm gonna go big.
Yes, exactly.
And also I want to point out a cute little detail on the talismans, in addition to the yin-yang symbol and sort of the calligraphic writing on it, it's also got a little DM in the center, presumably standing for digital monsters, which is nice.
That's cute. I didn't even notice.
I also didn't notice that.
So then we cut to Hiro and the worst character.
This dude I always forget the name of, but he's still friends with Hiro, I guess.
Yeah, his
Nomura?
name is Nomura, and like I hope. And this guy just keeps getting worse and worse. I really hope that Hiro, like, learns to, accept conflict into his life and, becomes more comfortable with confrontation so he can just fucking unfriend this dude because he sucks.
The thing about him is, like, he's just written as a typical teenage boy character, but in a way that I feel is, like, unrelatable to a lot of people.
I think they're making him, like, shitty on purpose. Like, I think they're pretty kind of going out of their way to show that this is a bad friend. Like, especially next episode, like, not only is he a, like, complete creep to women, he's also, like, taking advantage of Hiro at every opportunity. He's just a guy that sucks.
No more like no more this guy.
Oh, get his ass.
Fuck.
Good.
But
I'm just waiting until Hiro decks him in the face so that Gulusgammamon can be proud of him.
True, yeah. Oh, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, so we're at...
Gulusgammamon would pog if he saw that.
Yeah.
I want Gulusgammamon to pog.
Oh, it was so good.
He would hit the dab.
He would hit a tap.
Would Gulusgammamon hit a dab, as in the drug, the dab? Would he smoke weed?
I think he does.
I feel like he's most likely of all the evolutions. He's also the only one that should be allowed to.
Yes, all the other ones are funny teens.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the other ones are baby. Even the big dragon is baby. To me.
I think Angoramon would be the second most likely to smoke weed, though.
Yes.
Once again, correct.
Anyway, so...
We're at Ashihara Girls' School Festival, which is the sister school.
Yeah, it's like their sister school. It's like... Which is weird, because I don't think Hiro goes to an all-boys school, so it's just interesting. Is it? It's an all-girls school, right?
I'm not sure.
It does say that it's a girls' school. I think the translation... I don't know what Ashihara means exactly, but I think it said girls' school.
It's just...
Okay.
Yeah, they're like... having a festival of some kind?
Yeah, and the boys have to join in the play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is stressful for Nomura because he doesn't know how to ask for a phone number while you're in a play.
The answer is you don't.
None of these girls wanna date you. Simply do not.
But yeah, Hiro's like, yeah, it's like kind of tradition for us to join in a play. Dance a little in the background, no big deal.
Yeah, just no big deal, Hiro. Don't worry about it.
Except when they're putting the costume on him, they're like, wow, this is a lot of work for me just being in the background. And it's like, yeah, you don't have to do a lot as the Lord. And he's like, wait, I'm the lead. I'm the lead? Hello?
They're like, yeah, the regular actor got sick, and, you look like you fit the uniform, so here, you look like you fit the costume, so here you go, while they're just, like, putting this, like, elaborate traditional robes on him. And also I want to call out something here, because it's relevant to what we're going to be talking about later, but, like, Gammamon is talking to some girls. They're, like, very impressed with how smart his AI is, because, he's just sort of, saying his little phrases like, I'm Gammamon, I'm Hiro's little brother, I'm an AI hologram, and, it's just like, those are kind of like the rehearsed phrases that he always uses when he's like, talking to people that aren't Hiro, which is kind of like, as I said, I'm gonna talk about it more later, but yeah, like, I don't know, it's just kind of like an establishing thing about like how Gammamon communicates, like, and in this case, he's like using his like rehearsed phrases that are very kind of limited, even though everyone is still impressed.
Well, yeah, because they think he's an AI.
Yeah, it's super cute, but it does
cute.
indeed have the vibes of like when we went out with scouts and we had to tell the little children like, oh yeah, if you get lost, you show people this phone number and you say that's the vibe he really gives off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I like that they put Hiro in the costume and then are like, oh yeah, you fit it. Like, they don't ask him because they somehow already know that he'll say yes.
The starter package for everyone in the world is that they get a little note that says, if you ever need anything, Hiro will say yes.
Yeah, he has such strong pushover energy. He's just radiating an aura.
God.
But also, yeah, like literally everyone who knows Hiro will just tell you can go to this boy for help. This is established.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't think these people know him, but he just has that aura.
I mean, if it's the sister school, maybe it's like a yearly thing that they have to work together. I don't know. My school claimed to have a sister school, but I don't know about anything.
Yeah, so the play is going on, and Hiro is up on stage being the young lord, and then things start getting all wobbly. It's just the background starts getting kind of wiggly and staticky.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, we're in a fake world. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, in between this scene, we see like an old house, with Domon doing like his hand signal thingy, and it overlaps really. I was gonna say coolly, but that's not a word.
Yeah, coolly's like coolly.
Interestingly, with Hiro's performance.
Yeah, and like, as Domon is doing the spell, like, their vision is kind of overlapping, like Domon's like perspective is sort of being overlaid on Hiro's, and he like sees the like fire that Domon has made, and he's screaming, he's having a bad time, and then he just completely catches fire and just disappears into the flame.
It looks like
he died.
He died.
Yeah.
But everyone was like, wow, what impressive effects.
Yeah, they're so good this year. Fucked up.
But like some of the audience is like, that was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like no one is like, wow, a boy just turned to ash in front of us. Nice.
I'm gonna talk about this in therapy later. Gammamon's like, Hiro, where are you?
Yeah, and then, like, we see that Hiro has been, transported to where Domon is, and Domon just kind of, like, fucking judo throws him to the ground and slaps a spell tag on his chest.
It's so unnecessary.
Yeah, it really is.
You didn't have to slam dunk Hiro.
You didn't have to ball on this boy.
I was like, he's not that strong. I feel like you didn't need to, like...
You could have just asked him to put the talisman on, and he probably would have.
It would have been like, hi.
True.
Damn. Owned. He's like, why should I put this on you?
And so Rip Hiro, he's no longer present. He can't pick up the phone right now. Why? Because he's dead, basically. Right?
Yeah, he got possessed. His eyes turned all green, and his demeanor totally changes. And then Domon, like, bows down to him and is like, Hey, what's up? It's me, your loyal servant from 700 years ago. Nice to meet you. So hey, you know how the Hojo clan has been out of power for a long time? We're gonna reestablish the shogunate and take over the entire country. How's that sound? And Possessed Hero is like, yeah, sounds good. Sounds like a fucking Sunday to me. Let's do it.
He sounds so weird when he's possessed.
Yeah.
He's just like, okay.
He's very neutral.
Emotionless is what I wrote down.
Also, like, I did not understand. I was like, wow, Digimon been around that long? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm
and it's
an idiot.
that section. It's funny because Domon says like, "I've been waiting for 700 years, and I what does he say? I think I have it in my notes.
Oh, I didn't write it down.
He says like, I finally found this vessel to help you return to power, and you think he's talking about Hero's body, but he's actually talking about Domon's body. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we said this last episode, there's real ghosts in this one. The fucking spirits are real.
Spirits are just...
Haunting confirmed.
Werewolves are real, ghosts are real. I can't wait for the Mothman episode, really.
Oh, let's fucking go. I hope there's a Mothman Digimon, even if there's not. I guess it would be Moth. Would it be Mothmon?
Mothman!
Because that would be a moth, right? So it would have to be like Mothmanmon. Which is such
Imagine
a weird...
if there was a Mothman and a Mothman, and they get like a little catfish situation going on.
Well, Morg, what you need to realize is that this is also the franchise that has a character named Anjawomon.
True.
So they will absolutely fucking do that. They would call a Mothman a Mothmon.
But I could also see
they're
them...
not above it.
I could also see them using kind of a mouthful of a name, though, too.
True.
Because they have some, like, weird long names. So, like, Mothmanmon is not out of the realm of possibilities either.
Mm-hmm. Both
are ridiculous, and both are equally as likely, honestly.
True. If there was a Mothman episode, how 1 to 10, how likely is it that he becomes Ruli's new boyfriend?
10.
I agree.
Like maybe like a 7.
Ruli has a tendency to become best friends with what people would consider horrifying monsters.
I think it depends on more like what Angoramon feels about him than what Ruli.
The first boyfriend has to agree, of course.
Yeah. That's why I was like more like a 7 than like a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I assumed Mothman would be like a real gentleman.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think moths are super cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Angoramon would probably approve.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So yeah, now we finally meet the new little guy. We finally meet Espimon, who uninvisibles himself and says hi to Gammamon.
And I immediately enclose him in my heart.
He's so good and round and funny.
He's a little cutie.
He's friend-shaped.
Very friend-shaped. Oh, he kind of got those little buck teeth. He got a round head and a robot body with jet boots. He's good.
Jet boots. He's peak character design. I say that a lot while watching Digimon, but often it's true.
Digimon designs are fucking good is the reason.
He's looking for someone, but
yeah,
he's also like, oh no, your friend got stolen? Fuck.
Yeah, Gammamon specifically says, like, Hero's been our hero's gone, or something like that. And Espimon's like, you're wrong, because that's not Hero, but go off, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy could never be Hero.
And so we have to move on with that knowledge.
Uh-huh. So, Domon is talking about how they want 100,000 soldiers, and they've, we see all the spell tags that they've been turning people into, and they're like, this is gonna be our new army. And then, the spell tags that used to be, people are red, and they also have like green spell tags that they use to summon the green guys. So they're like, yeah, these are my Shikigami, and I can turn people into them. So that's how we're gonna build our army.
Yeah, but they're like different because like there's the green ones, the Shikigami, and then like the red ones that the people get turned into that like eventually do get turned into like red monsters. I don't know, It's kind of interesting. Like, I know it doesn't matter at all, but I'm like, I don't remember Talmon having this power.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Because Talmon didn't go to the Hidden Village.
This one's been researching magic outside of like their powers just as a Digimon. Renamon has never read a spell book, so they wouldn't.
I thought you were going to say Renamon has never read a book. And
that's also possible.
Maybe that's what happened. The dangers of reading books.
Damn. Read a book that turns you purple and evil.
Yeah, that happened to me, I think, because purple is my favorite color, and I would like to be evil. But like in a fun, sexy way.
That's what happens. That's the risk you run when you go to your local library.
Yeah, so if people in my neighborhood start disappearing and a bunch of talismans show up, nobody snitch on me.
Lips are sealed. We would never.
We would never.
We support your book crime.
Thank you. Book crimes should always be forgiven.
Be gay, do crime. Be gay, do book crime, specifically.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. You tell us. You're the one committing them.
So, oh yeah, so, Gammamon and Espimon see some of the green Shikigami just, like, trying to grab people in the streets. Gammamon headbutts one, but they're big, so he gets sort of overpowered. Then Espimon zooms in, because he's got a jetpack, and snags Gammamon out of danger.
He saves Gammamon, and we're all applauding and cheering.
I like that. He's like, oh, you think that's flying? Watch this.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're flying.
So, and Gammon's impressed. He's like, oh, you're fast.
Yeah, they're just having a great time. They're boyfriends, as I said. Gammamon loves that Espimon can go fast, and Espimon loves it too. It's good. It's very cute.
I do love that Espimon and Gammamon are constantly like surprised by each other. It's like later in the episode, Espimon is like, oh, Gammamon can do this. It's like, yes, be excited for your new friends.
Yeah. So, Espimon's like, well, guess I better go back to looking for Omanakawa Hero, a goal which is completely unrelated to your guy. Guess I'll see you later. But then Gammamon's like, no, help me first, and then does a cutie face, and Espimon is literally like, I cannot say no to that adorable expression. Fine, I guess I'll help you.
Gammamon seems like confused, like, huh? I'm just making he's like, I'm just making a normal expression.
This is the face I show Hero all the time.
And it's like, yes.
I would forgive this boy anything. If I looked at that little face, adorable.
Yeah. You could never. How could you be mad at a little cutie?
Yeah, so he does agree to help, though, because he can't resist those little eyes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Is this where they call, really?
No, that's a little
not yet.
later. We first get
the sky turning completely red.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How could I forget that?
A disembodied voice being like, I think it was the Ashikaga shall fall. And then Hiro's face just completely twists. And it's unsettling to look at.
Things are looking very apocalyptic over here. We've got just like the sky turning red. We've just got like fucking wispy spirits just swirling and zooming around in the air. We got Domon with just like a bunch of new spell tags hung out on a clothesline. Like things are getting dire. Things are getting the stakes keep going up.
Things are normal. Everything's normal.
And yeah, like Elvira said, Hiro does a smile, but really fucking bad.
Yeah, it just goes from like his like weird green eyes to like a terrifying face. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is bad. This episode wasn't scary until you did that face. How dare you?
That's a face that's gonna haunt your nightmares.
Is pretty fucked.
I kind of want it as an emoji in this Discord, though.
Yeah. For when someone posts cursed content.
Yes.
Just the cursed face. And this is when Gammamon calls Wooly.
Yeah, so they're in one of the rooms in the school. Gammamon has Hiro's phone, and specifically Espimon is looking at a school uniform shirt. I think specifically this is Hiro's shirt because they probably just got like Hiro's phone out of a locker or something, and this is where he would be keeping his school clothes.
Yeah, because he was still in the Lord's outfit.
I didn't understand that. I thought Espimon was gonna wear a shirt. That was so.
Oh yeah.
I think the implication is like Espimon is like, oh, I recognize this shirt.
Right. Are you sure? Are you sure you recognize that shirt? Because I don't think you do.
Because I also am going on the assumption that this is the hero that Espimon is looking for. But for some reason he doesn't recognize him. And I'm saying it's Gulusgammamon and we got ourselves some like loop-like time zone thingy going on. But that's just me.
What? That's so weird. What?
Explain that a little more.
I think because the first episode had Clockmon in it. So I'm always thinking like it would be super interesting if we had ourselves a little time loop going on where there is, or like an alternate timeline, I'm not sure, but something time-wise where Gulusgammamon and Evil Hero, because I have an Evil Hero theory now, fuck shit up Digimon Emperor style. And what we're seeing now is like the post times of that, where neither Gammamon nor Hero remember that. Am I basing that on anything? Absolutely not. I just think it would be fucking sick.
Yeah, I mean, my theory is, my thinking, I literally just think that Espimon canonically has propoagnosia, if I'm saying that right. I think he's literally just face blind and only like only able to identify Hiro by his clothes, which is like why he's looking so closely at the shirt in this scene.
He should learn how to identify people by their hair. Although then he'd wear a hat, and then he still wouldn't recognize him.
I get that, because I said wear a different shirt, I won't recognize you as a joke, but genuinely, especially with children, I'm really bad at like recognizing people if they change their outfit.
It happens.
Everybody has the same hair.
Yeah, true.
Outfit.
There's a lot of similar haircuts. That's true.
So yeah, Emery probably has the correct theory, but we can all agree that I have the cooler theory.
Yes.
True, yeah.
Yep. I don't have
Cooler hero theory.
Hero will never be cool.
Eat cereal. Hero will never be cool. Yeah, I my thought was Emery's also, but I like yours a lot better, so maybe I'll just change my mind. Like, this makes perfect sense. It's fine.
They should make me a writer. Just a writer, because I'm not gonna be providing like any content myself.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like we said at the beginning of this scene, Gammamon has Hiro's phone and he's calling Ruli. But you know, he's not really able to explain what's going on. All he can really say is that Hiro went somewhere. Like, he can't like fully articulate like, you know, what happened. And you know,
it's interesting because it seemed like he was starting to like retain stuff when he was like talking about like, oh, I learned that from the encyclopedia, like regarding moss.
Yeah,
Again, I got theory. I'm gonna bring it around at the end of the episode.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll...
I talked about this in the Discord too, but yeah.
Yeah, but he like can't explain himself, so SBmon's like, all right, give me the phone. I can tell whoever what's happening, I guess. They kind of cut away when that happens, and like then it like cuts to Ruli and Goromon, and she's like, yeah, I think Hiro's in trouble, but Gammon's with a Digimon we don't know. I don't know. But he's so far away, like, how the hell do we get there? And Goromon's like, I have an idea. Let's get this big dragon to drive us. To drive us? Yep, they're driving.
Yeah, to drive them. Airdramon is an absolute gem.
Yes.
What a character. What a personality choice that was.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
So good. He literally says, if people see me, they should worship me like a god.
Yeah, so they meet up with Airdramon, and including like Jellymon and Kirishio are both there also, and they're like, who's this big old freak? And he's like, how dare you talk to me like this?
Mm-hmm.
I am better than you. In every single way. And Goromon's like, shh. He's very prideful. Don't be rude.
And Jellymon instantly is rude after the warning.
Yeah, no, listen. Airdramon says, I'm so cool, people should treat me like a god, and Jellymon says, what the fuck? I'm so cool, people should treat me like a god. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yes.
I do feel like Jellymon is kind of jealous of Airdramon.
She says, like...
Why would she be? She's clearly cooler.
True.
Yeah. But, like, when they arrive, she's like, oh, Ruli gets along great with Airdramon in like, a really bitchy tone.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think it's funny that, like, they kept, like, Jellymon keeps, like, referring to Airdramon as, like, looking like he's an ad for a movie.
Yeah.
And they're saying, like,
She's
this.
so rude.
You expect us to ride this? And it's like, this? How dare you? It's pretty good.
It's kind of rude, but Airdramon
Deserves it.
Exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
He's so pompous.
Once again, we see a man that we need to bully.
And Jellymon just clogs that. Jellymon's really good at looking at people saying, yeah, that one needs to be bullied.
Yeah, a fucking expert bullier over here. She should sell bullying services. Like, hey, you got a fucking kid who's getting too uppity? I'll take them down a peg.
Yeah, you got a kid who's trying to invest in crypto? I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I just imagine if you're at school and you're being bullied by Jellymon, you both have to come in and she just looks at the principal and like, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you wouldn't have done the same.
Mm-hmm.
Principal says nothing. Well, that's all happening, like...
Yeah. Domon goes full on evil mastermind and decides to narrate his entire plan to somebody who already knows the entire plan.
Yeah, but we get to know it now.
Yeah, we get to know it. I know that's the point of it. It's just I love that as a trope. Like they tried to put it in super subtly, and Ghost Game was like, no subtlety. Domon literally says, I will tell you this plan that you already know.
I will clarify it with you.
But we never really get to hear it completely, because they get interrupted.
Yeah, is this when our little guys arrive?
Gammamon and Esmond, the little guys. Oh, that's such a good descriptor.
The little guys, that's what they are.
They are little guys. That's adorable. I'll think of that. While I also think about the fact that Hero says, "Oh, just get rid of him." And everyone's like, "Hero, don't you know me?" And I instantly have flashbacks.
Yeah.
Hero, don't you know me? Don't you remember me?
This is so cruel.
It's so sad. He's crying.
He is crying.
He's like, no, I don't know who the fuck you are. Hello? I am the fucking lord of this family. Why would I know you, little thing?
Yeah, and Esmond tries to explain to Gammamon, like, oh, it's the talisman, but he really needs to use the smallest words he knows in order for Gammamon to grasp what it is Espimon is talking about.
Get the paper off him.
The fluttering purple thing.
And he's like, fluttering? He's so excited. He's like, oh, it is fluttering, wow.
Yeah, you're correct. I know what to go kaboom on now.
Yeah, like, once again, like, the tension of this episode, like, really is centered around, like, Gammamon's ability with language. Like, and this is just, like, you know, kind of the peak example of that, where, like, you know, Espimon is, like, busy fighting the Shikigami. He can't, like, you know, get close enough to Hiro to grab the talisman, so he needs to, like, communicate that to Gammamon, and, like, yeah, like, Gammamon doesn't get it right away, so he just, like, needs to try different words until, like, until he finds something that, like, clicks with Gammamon's vocabulary. And then Gammamon gets the message, and then just fucking goes straight for Hiro. Domon tries to get in his way, but Gammamon footstool jumps off his face, and it's pretty funny.
It's great. He's like...
just leaves a fucking footprint right on his fucking schnoz.
Yeah. He does reach Hiro, and, like, he grabs the paper off him, and immediately, like, some fucking ghosts fly out of Hiro.
Yeah, he screams. It's once again kind of horrifying to watch.
Yeah, but then he's just, like, got normal eyes again, and he's like, what happened? The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And he just...
like, hey guys, what's going on?
I like that he kind of knows, like, oh, okay, we're in a bad situation, so I guess I just gotta snap out of it and be good to go. It's fine.
Yeah, he can't say no to this situation, so... Domon's a bit miffed. He's, like, not really happy with how this is going. I think he just does an all-out attack?
Yeah. First, Gammamon is digivolves to Wizengammamon, and Espimon's like, what the fuck, you can Digivolve? Crazy. And he's like so excited about it.
We love little guys that hype each other up.
Yeah, it's good.
And Gulusgammamon, like, starts blasting at the green guys that are following him. And, they even kind of, like, Espimon, like, leads a couple of them to be blasted by Sedna. And then...
Yeah, they work together really well.
Yeah!
I love it.
Mhm.
And then Domon, like, is like, how dare you, I'm going to do this big ol' attack above you and, like, trap you in with, like, these weird glowing hexagon things.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it, but it's just, like, some glowing hexagons being drawn in the sky with his, like, paintbrush thing.
But then, you know, Gammamon's like, oh no, fuck this shit. Hexagon, my least favorite shape. And he evolves to Kenovismon and just takes all that shit out with his meteor looks, and just one of the fucking meteors just hits Domon and just absolutely smacks the shit out of him into the ground. And then ghosts come out of Domon. That guy had ghosts in him too.
Yeah. So many ghosts.
He's just full of ghosts.
Full of ghosts.
I love how excited Espimon gets for second evolution too. I just friends.
They're friends.
Because I want to say about the ghosts leaving Domon, they sort of just leave while complaining.
Yeah!
Like, oh, fuck. Damn, that sucks.
They're like, we'll be back, fuck you, ugh, we've been waiting for so long, ugh.
This is bogus.
It's like the annoying guy in the store who didn't get what he wanted from the manager, so he just droops off like, oh, I'll be back. See if I ever shop here again. That's the vibe. Very funny.
Yeah, they just kind of, like, all swirl up in the sky and then, like, disappear.
Yeah, and
it makes the sky not red anymore. And Dauma is cool. He's fine.
Yeah, he's cool. He's normal now.
He's fine. Espimon's like, what the fuck? Nice. You're small.
He's like, damn, I was just trying to master the spiritual arts and then I got possessed by ghosts?
Yeah.
That sucks.
That sounded like you were gonna say a light novel name. Possessed by ghosts?
Yeah, it does sound like a light novel name. Like, oh, I just wanted to think about the spiritual arts, and now I'm trying to take over the world because some evil spirits told me to.
Oops.
And he's like sort of embarrassed about it too, like, oh man, that's such a silly thing to have happen to me.
Yeah, and Espion's like, all right, I don't care. Turn all the people back, please.
Yeah, and Nomura instantly reminds us that we hate him by trying to chat up a girl.
Yeah,
Fuck this guy.
As soon as he turns back, he chats up a girl. I'm like, come on, man.
Read to room. And Domon says, you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, God.
You'll never guess. I'm gonna study the divine arts again.
I'll do it again. It'll be fine this time.
In this house, we do not learn from our mistakes.
Listen, he knows not to go near any haunted shrines now. It's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing else that's possessed in the world.
He'll just avoid getting near any big nests of spirits.
I love that hero's like, that sounds dangerous, but also, he doesn't stop him. He doesn't say, hey, Domon, how about we don't? He just lets it happen.
It's fine, he'll be fine.
He's like, I don't know what to do here,
funny.
so I'll just let it go, I guess. If something bad happens, I guess I'll just have to fight them again.
Yeah, and Hero tries to, like, tank Espimon, and Espimon like, oh, no problem, but also you're not Hero, so...
Yeah. he's like, hey, I'm looking for a Monokawa hero. Do you know that guy? And Hero's like, yeah, I am. And he's like, no, you're not.
Bitch, don't lie to me.
It's like, have you had an identity crisis yet today? Because I'm about to provide you with one.
Doesn't he ask this, like, after all his friends arrive, too? Like, I think everyone meets Espimon before he's like, wait, you're not the hero I want, fuck you.
I don't know if it happens at this... I don't think so.
So yeah, everyone shows up on Airdramon conveniently, like immediately after all the action has already happened. Like I said last week, this episode had actual ghosts in it, and Ruli didn't get to see them.
Yeah,
she would be so mad if she knew.
She just has to follow Domon because clearly he's very good at finding them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought, like, yeah, I thought Espimon, like, asked when everyone was there, like... Or, like, was like, hey.
Yeah, it's not in that order in my notes, but it's not like I take the best notes in the world.
No, me neither. That's why I'm like, I could be in the wrong order. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He leaves.
Yeah, and
he's like, fuck you, you're not right.
Yeah. He does his lone wanderer thing. Just leaves. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like.
And then Hiro points at Espimon and is like, hey, what's that thing? And Airdramon is like, excuse me? And everyone is like, Hiro, cool it, dude. This guy is super pissed since Jellymon's been rude to him this whole flight.
Yeah, and then Jellymon's like, yeah, for some reason really gets along with him. I don't get it. Kind of
yeah.
weird.
Really just being a little extrovert over there, talking to Airdramon, having a great time. She's good. She's good. I like her.
It's amazing.
We love Ruli in this house.
Yeah. Truly a great episode, actually. I love this episode.
Yeah.
It kind of ends with, like, Espimon, like, looking at Hiro's student ID.
Yeah. So, Espimon literally has a photograph of this boy and cannot recognize him on sight because in his school ID, he is of course wearing his school uniform, and the rest of the time this episode, he was wearing his funny robes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my theory. Espimon
Face blindness.
Prosopagnosia. There we go.
I think that's a great theory, but I'm also thinking, hey, what if Digimon don't realize that people wear clothes?
Some Digimon wear clothes.
Yeah, but it's always the same...
True, it's always the same, like, outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen, like, any other Digimon, like, who have trouble recognizing human faces, though, you know, because, like, we had those Hawkmon who were friends with a child, like... Yeah. It seems to be, from what we see, what we've seen, it seems to be a problem that's unique to Espimon.
I would respect Ghost Game so much if they actually put things like that into their show.
Yeah, and like fucking guess what? Because now we're gonna talk about some disability solidarity because, you know, Espimon has I'm gonna get this again. Prosopagnosia in this episode, and I'm pretty sure that Gammamon also has a language disorder.
Oh, that kind of would make sense. Because I was like, it seems like he's definitely learning stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely, like, picking up on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
While he's, like, reading his the tablet that he calls an encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, the fact that he still calls it the encyclopedia.
Yeah. I did some like very surface level research on language disorders in children, and it seems like Gammamon like fits a lot of the symptoms, just like, using, short sentences, like having a limited vocabulary, like, has trouble like both, speaking and understanding, like, and like in this episode we kind of see that as, in this episode, we really see, like, how much trouble he has, like, communicating with people when, like, Hiro's not around to interpret for him. So I just thought that was very interesting. And, like, this episode, like, really made me think a lot more, like, about Gammamon's perspective and how he moves through the world. And I think that's really neat. And, another thing, like, since, we mentioned a couple episodes ago that, he fucking learned about phosphorescent or, bioluminescent moss from, like, the encyclopedia, it seems like his reading comprehension is actually pretty good. Yeah. Like, it seems like he's understanding and retaining what he means. So it mostly just seems to be, like, a thing with spoken language where, like, he's actually like smarter and more lucid than his ability with language would suggest. So yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was so like, huh?
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct. And that means that I will get even more upset if anyone ever calls this precious boy stupid.
No.
Yeah, he's smart.
Yeah.
He's a smart little Gammamon.
Because I will give kudos to this show for no one having called Gammamon stupid. That's really precious to me. Because I think you're right. Yeah, I think he understands perfectly what is happening around him, but he cannot verbalize it in a way that most people can understand.
And, like, even has trouble when people are, like, speaking to him, though, like, also.
Yeah, he often repeats it with his own interpretation, and I think that's maybe, like, kind of checking.
Yeah, if I at some point I'm probably going to go back and rewatch this series. I would love to, like, pay extra attention just to, like, how well Gammamon follows, like, spoken conversation, like, versus, like, how aware he is of, like, the situation generally. Because, I think there's some disparity there. And I think it seems like that's being done very intentionally, like, especially based on this episode.
Yeah. I want to give it an honest attempt to, like, focus on what he says in Japanese. To see if I can figure out if they're short sentences in Japanese as well. Or if they're normal.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure his sentences in Japanese are only ever, like, 2 or 3 words long. Like, I think he speaks very, broken up sentences, which doesn't necessarily show up in the subtitle translation.
Yeah, but I feel like if this is how he speaks, then it should be at a level that I can understand. So I'll try to pay extra attention to it.
I would be interested in if they, like, explicitly say that, like, that's what's happening. Like, that's what I'm gonna be looking for now, because I would like that. Like, that would be great, honestly, if they were, like, being intentional about this.
Yeah, and I also looked at aphasia as a potential explanation, but the thing about aphasia is, like, that also has, like, the word substitution thing Gammamon does, but it is, from what I researched, it is also, like, commonly associated with brain damage, and this seems just to be more like an early development thing for Gammamon, because, like, he is still baby.
I think aphasia does imply that you are losing a speech that you did have before.
Yeah, so I don't think that one necessarily fits, but yeah. And like, Gammamon speaks in much more complete sentences, when he evolves, which is kind of like, the equivalent of, like, getting older and becoming more developed. So this just does seem to be, like, an early childhood, type thing for him. Something that he grows out of.
He's simply a baby.
He's baby.
But I think Espimon is also sort of baby, but clearly more developed.
Yeah, he's probably just older, generally.
Yeah.
Because, like, Digimon levels kind of connect to their ages, but, like, kind of don't. Because, like, Angoramon's clearly older than...
I think Angoramon was just born old.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But Jellymon, like, is at least older than,
Jellymon is definitely too old to be acting the way that she is, but also old enough to not care.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of got, like, I'm gonna be a teen girl boss energy sometimes.
She does.
And that's
I
valid.
think she's what Darkness, Dementia, Evan Way wishes she were.
God.
I think she's too colorful, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's where she's better.
I think she would call Draco Malfoy a loser, though.
Yeah, I do think she would bully. She would bully Draco Malfoy.
She would.
She would bully him, and that would save the story. I am telling you now, Harry Potter would have been a better book if Jellymon had written it.
Genuinely, though?
Draco Malfoy would never become a Death Eater if Jellymon bullied him.
Just put Jellymon in any story that's fucked, and she'll fix it for you.
One weird trick that authors hate.
Oh god, I want people in the Discord, like, after this episode, go into Discord and just tell us one piece of media that would have been improved if Jellymon.
Yes, absolutely, please. I want to think about it more.
Now I'm just trying to think of a funny classic literature that would be better with Jellymon in it. Dracula.
I don't know who she would bully, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's two options here.
Jellymon electrocuting Frankenstein's monster to bring him to life.
Oh my god.
I was thinking Jellymon making Frankenstein's monster actually stand up for himself.
Yeah.
She'd be like, you know what? This dude is treating you like shit. Just sucker punch him.
Absolutely.
God.
Fuck.
She would have a blast in Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh.
I only saw season 1 because I hated Game of Thrones despite loving fantasy for some reason. I could not get into it. I think Jellymon would have helped me.
Could it possibly be because Game of Thrones is fucking bad? Who could say?
Who could say?
Everyone listen to post Game of Thrones.
I want to, but it's so much.
It's so long. There's a reason I listen to every other podcast that those two put out, except for post Game of Thrones.
It's like that thing that you think, I want to listen to it, but also I have a life that I can't just put on hold that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just put that in the Discord for us.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
What's a funny book that would be better with Jellymon in it? We need to know.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Plugs.
let's do plugs. Elvir, where can we find you?
You can find me at Eruviru on Twitter and TikTok, and for those of you who speak Dutch, the episode of my friend's podcast, Tales from the Hollow, where I speak about Digimon, is online.
Nice.
That's all I've got, though. You might just want to listen to it for the ASMR experience, because you just love hearing me that much. But that's all I've got for you.
I am Haunting the Morgue on Twitter. That's Haunting the MORG. I'm also... I also have this new this website co-host, and I'm Tiefling on there. But you could find me on my other podcasts. That is Forward ReZero, a ReZero Watch podcast, and Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast.
I'm Emery. I'm on for Affinity at username Space Robot. I'm drawing some furry art there. You know where else I'm drawing furry art? In the Discord server. I'll tell you about that later, but first I gotta tell you about Going Will Hunting, a Hunter x Hunter rewatch podcast, which episodes eventually. Also, we rate queerbait. Once again, episodes eventually. We're really hoping to get that up soon. I'm brimming with excitement to get you those episodes, because they're a good time. Also, yeah, so that's where I am. This podcast is on Twitter at DigiGhostGaze. We also have a Discord server where I'm doing art streams on Friday. We're doing Aptly Mondays on Monday, where we watch app monsters. We're about to meet the best boy in the whole series, named Tarajiro Asuka, the only YouTuber who is without sin. And, just throughout the week, we got fun discussion. We're talking about Digimon Survive. We're talking about new Ghost Game episodes. It's a pretty fun place. So, this podcast is part of the Noisespace.xyz network. You can go to Noisespace.xyz and find all kinds of neat podcasts there. We're out here podcasting. So, yeah, I think that about covers it. So until next time, all you poltergeists, ghouls, and non-boonaries,
Digimon is for the gays.
Goodbye, darlings.
Bye.
Bye.